Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Anno 1800. You join us back in Ditchwater where we are continuing exactly where we left off. We've built our hotel, we've decorated a few little places over here, mainly where our artisans are, just by putting in a few nice trees and fences and stuff, so it's all looking a little bit less shabby than it was. I really like over at this pub, we've got a little news stand and some statues and some outside seating. And then I did make use of some of the canal bits because I think they fill in these little areas around the Docklands really quite nicely. We can't put any of the bridges in because they need to have a bit more of a connection. So having them back out onto this road doesn't work because they're not actually detected as part of the path, which is a bit strange. Like if I was to just quickly demolish these, right, and then place a beautification item, cosmetic, we go into pedestrian zone and do like a small canal bridge here. I don't believe it is detected as a part of the path, even though people will use it. As you can see, this gentleman's walking over and having a little look into the canal, but the cars and stuff obviously won't go past it, and I need that road to be accessible, so that is a bit of a shame, and we will just place that road back in. It would be nice if it kind of detected it, but I guess it's a pedestrianised street, so it doesn't really work, and that's actually just demolished the canal that was there, not the... So we're going to put this path back in. That links everything. Actually, that's quite nice. That was actually part of the canal, but now we've got this in place, so that's much better. Right, we're next to the tourist mooring here. We're next to the variety theatre, but then as we get further away, I did put another bus stop in over here by the Docklands, but it's out of range of the variety theatre, apparently. So that makes things a little bit dicey. Now, annoyingly, this engineer here is part of the tractor test, so I can't really do anything with her, unfortunately. But we do have 26 units of concrete, which means we can build our zinc mine, watch as the balance changes there, and we can also build our copper mine here, and again, watch as that balance changes. So we do need to be very careful with the amount of money that we have. We're just going to build a small dirt road coming away from the mines here and here. That's going to go straight up to there. Now, all of this has an impact on the attractiveness of our area. You can see the vulgarity from our rendering works, our pig farm and our soap factory is not great. And our heavy industry here does impact, again, the steelworks, the charcoal kilns and the furnace. So they're things that we do need to be very careful of. But our culture rating is really good. We still need another 101 like decoration to boost that further. So let's build some warehouses now because these places need to get that and another one right here, I guess. And again, we need to unload some supplies in Enbessa. Then, now that we've built those, we can again take a look at our engineers and see what we need to make steam motors. We need a brass smeltery, and then we need a motor assembly line. We can't build our brass smeltery yet. We've got to wait for some more concrete to come in, but as you can see, our balance has suffered just a touch there, and we need to be very careful with that. But I reckon some more beautification is in order. Let's see if we can boost our attractiveness rating through the roof. So we've got the High Life pack here, which is just a couple of signs, and then looking at tourist season, this might be a good one. So we can put in a few nice little parasol tables and stuff here, just to kind of boost the attractiveness of these areas. I'm going to see if I can fit any in some of these spaces here. Like down by where this bus stop is, let's put something in here. We'll put a little postcard vendor in there. And then we've got a lookout point. I think we should put a lookout point like here by the sea, if we can fit it in indeed. But it doesn't look like we can. Musician stage, all of these things could go really nicely down here. So we put a little musician stage there down next to the hotel. And then we can put some souvenir shops and stuff in. We put a street map right there. And then we can put some cherry trees in. And then some flower beds. We'll do a yellow flower bed that goes along here and a purple flower bed that goes along here. And then we can put in a luggage cart, an ornate pavilion. That might be nice just at the end of that street. And then we can place, a little photography nook just there. And then we can't really put luggage in. We'll put a wooden pavilion next to the photography point. Then we've got red, we've got purple. There's a red flower bed going in there. Postcard vendor, we'll put in the Iron Tower kiosk. That looks cool. And another souvenir shop. Oh, no, we can't do the souvenir shop. It's too big. Let's put the... What else can we do? I guess we can put another musician stage in here. I think that's the front of it. No, it's not. That's the back. Right, let's just... Oh, no, it is. That's the front. Good. Right. Then we'll put more purple. And we'll put some red going down here. And some yellow going along here. And we'll put a signpost in. There. Then, maybe another bus stop to bring people up to this side. Won't fit there. Does fit on the corner here, but I think that is a little bit too far away. But it's okay. That's fine. I think it's... They're within range. They're in the green in terms of their location, so that's fine. So that'll do for now. Then we've got Seeds of Change, which we could put in, but that looks more New World sort of stuff, so we're not going to put that in. Let's have a look. What else can we do? Seat of Power. Yeah, we can put some nice pruned trees in. I'll just put a few along here. 2 there, and we'll put 3 there. And then we can put a Seat of Power billboard. No, a flag facing there. That's good. And then we've got some of these larger items which we can't quite fit in because of how tightly packed it is. So I'm going to run a little bit of a mix here of different trees. Nice ornate ones. Then we'll switch quickly to Botanica. The duck pond. Ooh, that'll be nice on a corner or something. Stone flower pots on the corners here. And we'll link them up again with where's tourist season. There. We'll put in some purple flowers and some red flowers. Now, what has all of this done to our attractiveness? We're still at 603. So that's given us 4 attractiveness. So you can see that you really need to stack these quite well. So I'm going to put a duck pond right next to... It would be great to put this in the zoo, actually. I mean, again, I don't know how much of an impact this is all going to have. So we'll leave it for now. We've got things that we need to do because the contract, our expedition has an update. So let's open this event. The expedition has returned. Amazing. We have the prosperity contract. That is done. But we also picked up this shield, the silver shield. We've also got the first rate sapper, which increases the productivity of our mines and cement. And we can drop off the champagne. We don't need that anymore. We'll keep the flame hose because that is used on military ships to prevent fire. So that's good. Right, we've beaten the Pyphorians at their own game. We should start getting some new quests. So we got that contract done, and we can have a look at what else we need to do here. So, I think we can put in our new museum item. Oh, hello. What is this? Who are you? Is this the Queen again? What is going on? Are we attacking the Pyphorians? Ah, Isabel Sarmento, Her Royal Highness the Queen requires you to give up your inquisitive seizure of prosperity, an island which by no means... Oh dear. We're asking Isabel to give up an island for the Queen. I'm not sure I like the Queen in this game. Oh no. You're not sinking a fleet. Yeah. Let's just calm down here. You know who we are. You've already asked us to come here. This is where kind of having all of the DLC unlocked is a little bit dicey because the Queen has already asked me to go and settle in Cape Trelawney. So it all gets a little bit strange depending on the order of which you put things in place. Maybe I shouldn't have unlocked all of the DLC first and just continued through this, but that's why this playthrough has always been a little bit all over the place and why I now am locked into constantly delivering supplies to this island on Enbessa. But I do promise we will have a look at Enbessa soon. It's just I really want to make sure that everything is settled here because that was where things went wrong last time. So, oh, Isabel is leaving Prosperity. So where are you going to go? Oh, man, this isn't good. So where does Isabel go to? And what happens to Prosperity? Does the Queen take that and Archibald Blake now stays there? Or do I get it? Oh, Prosperity is returned to me. Oh, well, that's good. I get a new island. Do I have to start building on it again, or do I get to keep everything that's already there because there is oil here? Well, at least Isabel does have a lighthouse, I think, on another island, so I managed to get this. And then we're going to go and confront Uncle Edvard. And I do know that at the end of this little story, you actually get Edvard's Island, which might actually be what we need at this time, because we can turn that island into our main island for tourism and all of that, and kind of maybe move everything over there. Because currently, Ditchwater is really running out of space. So perhaps we should just proceed and, like, finish this little campaign. So Edvard was the cause of all our grief, to see his face when he discovers we know. Well, we did know that, didn't we? We kind of predicted it. Yes, Edward is pathetic, so we will probably have to siege his island now, I would imagine. So it might be time to invest in military and get some of those bonuses. But off we sail, and we'll come back to this soon enough. Oh, gosh. Right, Chapter 4. The torch passes. So maybe we need to start building some ships. I'm pretty well defended, but hopefully now Edvard won't then start attacking us, because I've got a pretty good thing going here and I really don't want that to mess up. So he's as rotten as a fig, apparently. Contract of sale for the Island Prosperity from your trading post to Edvard. Right. So Prosperity has been conquered. Let's have a look at this island then. It's probably empty and just waiting for me to establish a foothold on it. Yes, it is. But there's loads of oil there. So when we get into producing oil, that'll be really, really useful. Now, the one thing you do need to know is, actually, if I look back here, I've got a trade route here. So Prosperity is being awarded to us. I do have a trade route here that is sending saltpeter over, but I don't have any ships assigned to it because it was sunk. I'm going to be honest with you, it was sunk. So we need to have a look at the old world ships that we've got. So we've got a schooner there that could transport stuff for us. But I don't really like the idea of that. What else can we send out here? I mean, we do have a clipper here at Enbessa that we could ask to do that. And the crustacea, yeah, let's just send one of our frigates to do that. I think that would be the best thing to do, so we can get saltpeter coming back to Manola. And Manola is where we were producing all of our aluminium and stuff for the airships. So airships is the next thing that I want to target. So at the moment, Manola is in a bit of a bad state. We really need to get those 10 by 10 grids and stuff put in place, and then sort out all of the farms and things like that, because it's a mess. Most of my towns in the New World are a mess, and we need to sort those out. But for now, we can't really do anything. We just need to kind of chip away at the old world stuff that we're getting on with, and just make sure that everything is solidified there. Because if we have a look at our citizens in various locations and islands, you can see right now, sewing machines, we're in trouble with that. So if I have a look at my sewing machine production, you can see it's probably pretty low. Yes, we're not producing enough of those. So we may need another island to facilitate that. And then we can now build our brass smeltery. And if we put that over here, I think it will get a boost. So we'll move it to there. It doesn't get a boost. What if we move it into here? Will it get a boost from here? Is it on the edge there? If I move it in to here. Let's just quickly demolish these roads, because they're not 100% necessary, really. They have other means to get to that part of the settlement, so we can bring that into there. It's not quite in range, though. Carpentry works and window makers, ironworks and foundry. So brass is a foundry, so that might work. Can I just move it down to here, and will it be in range? It's in range there. So, again, this little production area is a bit of a mess, but I wanted to make sure that all of the buildings in that were there. There we go. Right, productivity is down, but the negative attractiveness drops quite substantially. It's not great because we really do need the productivity to be quite high there. And if we get this placed in, it will fit in that little location there. But the sewing machine factories are in the way. Now, these don't get the benefit of whatever is going on here. So I don't actually need the sewing machine factories in this little quarter at all. So we're going to move them to here. Do they benefit from anything in there? No. So we'll move this other sewing machine factory to here. And that can kind of stay as is. Then we can just move this into here. And then I'll put those roads back in because I don't like roads being uneasy and uneven, so we'll just place them in. Right, so currently we are short of iron for some reason. The goods aren't being transported quick enough, even though right here there is a large warehouse, so they could actually be doing that work. But instead, the iron is coming from this warehouse, which is not great. But we do have, over here, a trade union that will affect all mines and cement. So we've got a cement factory in there. Where is it? It was the one that I've just... Where is it? Where's my cement factory? I definitely put it somewhere in here because we've got that little... Oh, wait, no, the cement factory. I put it here, didn't I? There it is, concrete factory. So, if we now open this up, we want to keep that guy in there. We want to... See, this actually impacts steelworks as well, and I do have a steelworks here. They are benefiting from that. But they'll also... Right, I reckon this impacts all mines and cement. This impacts the concrete factory. If we were to just switch out one of these, that'll boost the productivity and decrease the workforce needed. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. We boost the productivity there. That's going to be useful. Is this impacted by it now? No. Right. But we've boosted the productivity of our iron mines, which is arguably more important than these charcoal kilns. Our coal, I think, is pretty good. So we don't really need that. Doesn't improve anything with the... Let's see if we can build another trade union. And I'm going to build this one out here. Just overlapping there. And what have we got that we can use to boost any of these other buildings? So this one is for mines and cement, oil and gas, bicycle factory, weapons, steelworks, iron mine, coal mine, charcoal kiln, furnace, and charcoal kiln. Let's put that in, and then we can maybe move some of our other buildings around. Mines and cement, cannery. We don't have a cannery here. Let's now move then. We've got this boosts productivity. So let's start by putting some of these here. What's that? That's the brass smeltery. So if we put the brass smeltery here, does it benefit? No, it doesn't. So the brass smeltery does not benefit from that. Does it benefit from anything? It's got nothing from there, has it? Yes, it does. It does. It's got that pollution reduction. We're going to move some of these to here. All of these to here. It is kind of backing out onto the farm, which isn't ideal, but I don't really care. The one thing about these buildings is they use up a lot of space. But this will help us save a little bit of space, I think, because we'll have adjusted and moved things around to a point. Don't want to move the fur dealers, actually. We need them over here. So we'll leave the fur dealers down here. Then I think also the window makers and the glass maker we'll leave here. Take these bigger items to here. then these charcoal kiln to here. I think that's out of range though. This one, however, we can move in range to there. That brings that in range, but it reduces the area and the productivity. That stays at 100% though, so that's good. Then if we just run a little path coming to here, and we can probably just shift this out to here. And that's at 99% now, and then if we just adjust this, that should now be at 100%. And it's on the road, and it's affected by that sort of stuff as well. Great. So the weapon factory doesn't really get much, doesn't get anything from there actually. We don't need the weapon factory right now, so we'll shift the weapon factory over to here. And now it will get that reduction. Then this along to here. Great. Okay, I think that's a better little layout there. Then we've got the brass smeltery, so we're smelting brass now. And if we have a look at our engineers here, we can start having a look at what we need for the motor assembly line. We need 20 units of concrete, so that's going to take us a little bit more time, but then we can finally start making steam motors, which we can then use to build the tractor barns at our farms. The problem is you need an oil hookup for the tractor barns because the tractors need to be refueled, so we can't really do that yet. Moving back over to here, you can see none of this has increased anything, so the decoration we did at the start of the episode has not helped us a lot at all. But we need to deliver the contract of sale from our trading post to Edvard. So where's the boat that's got it? That's what we need to know. It is probably here because it has just arrived back at port. No, it's not. Do I have the contract of sale here? Oops, I've just taken you off a trade route. Let's put you back on. Did I actually just dump the item in here? I don't think I did. Let's have a quick look. Oh, is this it? No. Who's giving me the contract of sale? Where is it? Ah, it is there. Right, so let's grab this. We will take that contract of sale out, and we will go and deliver that to Edvard. Here we go. Let's see what happens here. I might actually take this ship of the line along as well, just as backup, because I don't know how this is going to end. Right, let's do a quick sit rep on all of our other places. So Magwitch, we're not producing a great deal of beef, and I think they don't have fertility here for wheat, which is impacting us quite a lot. But we are able to get canned food here. That's being produced quite well. We've had an explosion at a schnapps distillery in La Marine. Good job we were going there. But there is a massive fire breaking out now. So let's see if we can sort that out. We'll build a fire station there just to solve any further issues happening. Hopefully they'll train up some new firefighters quickly. But you can see here, La Marine has loads of space now for expansion. And like all of the farmland and stuff is kind of stretched right to the edge of the map there, leaving a bit of space there for the mines when we finally get them up and running. We've got an iron mine and a limestone mine there. And over here we've got coal and copper. And then more copper, more coal, and more coal. So loads of coal there. And again, more explosions. Oh dear, this isn't good. These schnapps distilleries are getting absolutely destroyed. Can we get some community firefighters? No, they're still training. But hopefully, once this solves itself, we'll be okay. Ah, hello, Edvard. What now? Look at it. Beautiful. I can only dream of being able to build something like this. Look at his mansion. Or is that a church? It's a church. Never mind. But this island is huge. It's father's grave. Hello, Edvard. Why does my guy look so... Oh, wait, I don't think that's me. Right. Here we go. Words between brothers. You liar. Right, it's our hand. Yeah. He's a horrible man, though, isn't he? Yep. Good. Is this the end? Is he going to just give up? I bet he feels guilt. I bet the guilt has overridden him. Right. Yeah, okay. Does that mean he's giving up? I was kind of hoping it would be war. Right, okay, so you're living in his shadow, but that doesn't mean you go out and kill him. Terrible. Oh, what's this? Oh, God. So now we're going to have to unify with Edvard. Look at these ships. I don't know if we're prepared for this. They are some meaty ships. They're steam. They're not coming for us, are they? Oh, look, it's the Queen. She kind of just sticks her nose in wherever she feels like it. Oh, God, Edvard. Yeah, but worthy for the wrong reasons, man. Come on. Placed under house arrest in Bright Sands. Wow. Like his house, though. If I was under house arrest in there, I'd be pretty happy. Yeah, guilty as charged. I think it's eating away at him now because he's lost control. I mean, right. He's murdered our father. He's clearly realizing the error of his ways, and he wants to make amends. So, what do we need to do now? What's wrong here? Because of the incident. But once that's sorted, it'll be fine. There will be punishment, but oh, I missed it. As Saviour in the New World, Her Majesty agrees that you should host this prestigious trial. Okay. Ah, I need to build a court of justice. Well, I guess we have to do that in Ditchwater. Oh, it's telling me where to build it. Right, what do we need to construct this? Wood and... yeah, that's easy. He warns me of a greater enemy. A true devil is loose and must be vanquished. So we're starting to build the Court of Justice straight away. We'll indulge not one of the 1,000 apologies I presume he has ready. I'm willing to hear what he has to say. He's invited this, like, incorrigible evil upon us, and we need to do something about it, unfortunately. We have 117 tourists. We don't have the attractiveness, really, to attract more, I would imagine. But, like, what can we do here? The tendency of people to come is -13. And I think tourism is a really meaty part of the game that I don't really have the ability to get into. Like, we've got a botanical garden that we can build, but I don't even think I've got anything for it. But let's put it up here. And then next episode, we can have a look at what we need to do to make that look nice. Let's stick it there. Like that. We'll see what we can build here. So we can put in an empty plot. But again, I don't think I've got anything there. Nothing. Nothing available. So we've built the botanical garden anyway, but there is stuff that we can buy for this. And we can buy that, I believe, from here. From Madame Kahina. So hop seeds, that will give us hops fertility, but we don't need that. What I'd be looking for really is... ooh, all right. We've got some zoos here. We've got a new seed bed. We've got some fireworks. Prepare for an eventual attack. Okay. Build a repair crane. Helpful. Right, we'll build a repair crane then. I don't think we should build a repair crane, really, though. I think we should be building more stuff. We know about this. We can do that. Let's go to our sailing shipyard. We'll move the rally point to here. And we'll build some ships of the line. So what do we got? Right. We have 8 influence to build these ships of the line. I am going to build 10 ships of the line. Obviously, the workforce will drop quite substantially for a little bit of time, so that might be our cue to just copy this little space and find somewhere to put some more workers' residences. We can fit one there. It's kind of backed up against something, but oh, it's not. It's workers, not farmers. Okay. Well, we can do workers by upgrading a few farmers because we've got lots of farmers and we don't actually need lots of farmers. So let's upgrade a lot of workers' residences. There we go. That gets us back on track. And all of those workers are going to be able to just build our ships. You can see here our balance and our income is hemorrhaging a little bit now. That's because the maintenance costs for having all of those ships is quite substantial. And our balance is dropping hugely. We might go into a deficit here. It's coming back up, though. I think we'll be okay. So, we are currently building this. We're waiting for stuff to go there. I think, do we need to... we need workforce for it. So are they building it now, or is it that I need a warehouse? I think I might need a warehouse nearby here to drop this stuff off. So we'll have to put in a warehouse there. And we'll do a small road that comes off here. Yeah, there we go. We needed a warehouse. Right, so as this undertaking begins to progress, I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you for another episode of Anno 1800. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.